welcome guys. I'm going to do a quick market recap for the upcoming week. Obviously, we have the majority of the numbers, especially the NFE behind us, the FOMC behind us, where we are right now. We got stalled at that, where, obviously, a little bit pushed higher, 42, 4208, 4211. Now we have an event. We have an event this Tuesday, and that event is Jay Powell, which is going to come out, and we got to think and see what he says. Is this going to be really confirmation of what he said on the last Wednesday, or is he going to change a tone a little bit after seeing the NFP numbers and thinking maybe a little bit more of a work to do, higher for longer, which we think it's, and I personally think it's going to be the case. But for now, from the market's perspective, what do we have? Obviously tomorrow, I think it's going to be a little bit of a chop. Bulls really got it until unless they lose this zone, and that zone is that trend line and that 40-80 zone, which is the GP of the move potential from this zone. Let me just do it quickly here. If I go from here to here. It's not a GP, obviously. That's a point. Unless they lose this 0.382. That trend line. Then we can say that things are going to shift a little bit. The short term from the recent major pivot that we had on the chart, that's going to bring you to reverse GP onto the GP actually from around that 40.77, 40.84 on NQ. We still have this, and they can bring this around that 12.11.50, and then they still got it unless this the lower trend line is broken. Bulls still got it. If Jay doesn't say anything, reconfirms what he says, we can see higher prices. Obviously, we gotta watch the Dixie. We gotta watch the 10 years. I still think Dixie maybe made it low for the next month or so. But again, it's all about the JPOW. So tomorrow, my anticipation is we can even see a little bit of a bounce, higher close on a New York basis. But then it's on Tuesday. Jay is if he's gonna make the market to do the correction that is anticipated. If it happens, we can expect that correction continuing to the mid-February. But if not, then we can expect the market to grind higher, and then we reevaluate sometimes around February 10 onwards into the OPEX. I'm looking at this whole calendar. If Jay doesn't do anything this Tuesday on 7, market can go all the way into February 13, but if not, then we can anticipate that reverses and things, and then we can see a decline into February 15. But so it's all about Jay Powell and what he says. So we also been following the 10 years. It's a little bit higher now. The gold, it's significant breakdown for now. But anticipation is this is not just going to be a straight down. I think we're seeing a little bit of a bounce, then probably another leg down on that. Crude, the same thing. I expect that eventually we're going to see the 200 SMA on a weekly side in the low 60s potential. If I want to see if this something like that come into that major support, do a little bit of a bounce, and then the next leg down. But have the ES on watch. I think tomorrow is going to be a non-event, probably a little bit of a bounce, and then we see the major leg, either or, up or down, on Tuesday, and Jay Powell for the next following, probably into the 10th on Friday until Tuesday after. So that's that. Volatility getting smashed, but the ball starts to build up around the Jay Powell's event on Tuesday. Anticipation is there's going to be a deflation until he shocks the market, and then we go from there. There is going to be a video on the macro side, and then a little bit of a bigger picture down the road in the next few days, probably by the next weekend. But until then, that's all about that. Have a good weekend. The rest of the weekend, and then have a fantastic trading week moving forward. Hope everybody is doing well. We'll talk soon.